Nice.
They are two small countries, but they offer countless impressions and experiences. Cambodia and Laos, places full of spirituality, history and breathtaking beauty. Join me on a journey from Angkor Wat to Luang Prabang, past some of the ancient temples, through the captivating natural beauty of Indochina. Believe me, it's worth it. I'm glad you stopped by, and if you haven't already, I would appreciate if you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any further videos. And it also shows me that you appreciate my work and enjoy my videos. This is the first part of a 3-part video series about my trip to Southeast Asia. This part will focus on Cambodia. The second part is about my stay in Laos, and if you're interested in some behind the scenes footage and the planning of the whole trip, as well as my stopovers in Qatar and Bangkok, then I would recommend the third part to you. In short, I didn't fly directly to Cambodia, but had stopovers in Qatar and Thailand, and we will start this video with my flight from Bangkok to Siem Reap. I was quite worried about the weight of my luggage beforehand, but it wasn't a problem at all with Bangkok Airways. Everything was easygoing, and even on such a short flight as just over 1 hour, we were served food and drinks. Thumbs up for that. This is a gigantic brand new airport. Nobody's here. We're the only small propeller machine here. Absolutely empty. That was pretty fast, but how else should it be? There was only our plane and nothing else, no one else. Unfortunately, they got rid of the nice visa sticker. They only have little barcodes now. That's bad for me because I'm collecting the stuff, but anyways, even the airport bus purchase was pretty straightforward. There's a lady waiting outside for you, asking you if you want to buy a ticket. It's $8. And now I'm on the bus. I guess approximately 1 hour to Siem Reap. If you're price conscious, I would definitely recommend the airport bus for $8 because a private transfer will set you back a good $30. Since 2025, there's been a new bus station with a cafe and a co-working space where all the tuk-tuk drivers wait for you. And that's where I found my tuk-tuk driver. $1 for the tuk-tuk. Good price. And now let's head to the hotel to see what we can expect for our money in Cambodia. The Hillocks Hotel SPA is a very modern complex consisting of individual bungalows that are beautifully integrated into the natural surroundings. It almost feels like being in the jungle. I originally had booked the so-called deluxe king suite that would have been a room on the ground floor, but because it smelled a bit strange there, I was upgraded to the next higher room category without any problems and at no extra costs. I'm always amazed at what you can get for your money here. Just under 130 euros for 3 nights in this great hotel, including a fantastic breakfast. You just don't get this kind of thing at home. And bear in mind that this is one of the more expensive hotels, so if you want to travel on a budget, you will definitely find good hotels in the $10 to $15 per night range, but I just wanted to treat myself here because I liked it so much. But enough about the hotel. Before we head off to the temples, here's a brief overview of Cambodia's recent history to fulfill our educational mission. Cambodia's recent history has been marked by war and a deep trauma. After gaining independence from France in 1953, the country came under increasing pressure during the Cold War. In the 1970s, the Khmer Rouge under Pol Pot took power. Their goal was a radical, classless, agrarian society at any cost. Entire cities were evacuated and education and religion were banned. Between 1975 and 1979 alone, around 2 million people died as a result of forced labor, starvation and violence. It was only with the fall of the regime by Vietnam that this nightmare ended. Today, memorials and museums in Cambodia commemorate this dark period. At the same time, the country is looking ahead and has experienced strong growth in many areas since the 2000s. This is particularly true in tourism, especially in the region around Siem Reap, where hundreds of temple complexes from the historic Khmer Empire are located. And it is precisely these temples that are the reason that I came here. Even though Cambodia has much more to offer, including a great coastline with beautiful beaches, these temples have always fascinated me and I wanted to see them first. You can now buy the tickets online, however, it didn't work out for me with my credit card, so we had to stop at the official ticket offices. And remember, always smile, because then you will get a nice souvenir photo, just like me here. Ooh! This is ridiculously cool. I get goosebumps when I see this. I got Petra and Jordan vibes. Everybody who has the opportunity should come and see this. It's breathtaking. I don't know if I was just unlucky regarding the weather, because it's supposed to be the end of the rainy season. Most of the time of the day it was dry and even sunny, but there was a period of almost 3 hours at noon. It was heavy rain, but during the time I drank a few beers with my tuk-tuk driver, so all good. Looking back now, I have to say that the rain wasn't so bad after all. It was okay basically. For me as a Western tourist, I would consider Cambodia as a very affordable travel destination, starting from beverages to food and services like taxis, tuk-tuks, buses, and even accommodation, depending on your standards. So it's still a affordable travel destination. It's not necessary to exchange your money to the local currency riel. Just take a few dollars. Dollars are accepted everywhere. All the prices are shown in US dollars. And if you travel on to Laos, for example, they accept the dollar as well. So dollar is king. Tour guides everywhere offering their services, but I don't think that this is necessary. I heard a lot of stuff when I passed by other tourists, and yeah, if you're interested in the history of the place, there are informations on the entrances of all the temples. You can read it there and go at your own pace and don't have to wait for the tour guides when they're finished with their stories. In a moment of boundless naivety, I thought to myself while planning the trip, well, you don't need a tuk-tuk, you can just walk. But forget about that idea right away, because the distances between the temples are sometimes enormous. A distinction is generally made between the small and the big circuit, and in the case of the latter, there are often several kilometers between the individual temples. The whole area covers many hectares. As I said, tuk-tuk prices are very reasonable, and I agreed with my driver on $20 per full day, which gave me the maximum flexibility. So after all the culture and the many great sights, it goes without saying that Siem Reap has also a thriving nightlife. And at the risk of repeating myself, I just have to mention again how thrilled I am with what you still can get for your money here in Cambodia. For example, on Pub Street, which is the main address for tourists in the city center, you can get a beer for 75 cents or a cocktail for $3 in a cool pub or club. And if you want to eat out, you can of course find street food for less than $1 or, as I did here in a Greek restaurant, a kebab with rice and a drink for just $5. It's not exactly authentic, but since I was a little worried about my stomach, I chose this and I was completely satisfied. Cambodia was pretty much the complete package for me and has become one of my absolute favorite travel destinations. Unfortunately, it's not exactly around the corner, and even though the country itself is inexpensive, getting here is costly and time-consuming. After 3 days there, it was time for me to pack my bags and move on. That may sound a little short, but I have to say that those 3 days were enough for me to see everything I wanted to see, and I was already looking forward to my next destination, Laos. For Laos, you have to wait for the second part of this video series, so let me remind you once again to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it. What I experienced in Laos absolutely blew me away. All I can say is nature porn on a whole new level. And even though pictures can't capture all these feelings, I tried it anyway and I hope you will enjoy them too. See you then!